Good afternoon everyone, it's Tangi from Papercrafting Australia. Thanks once again for joining me for another tutorial on a bright and sunny Sunday afternoon here in Melbourne. Hang on, I've got extra volumes going on. Just got my Facebook stream going there. So obviously we're live on Facebook, so welcome to everybody who is in the Facebook channel. We've also got our YouTube stream going strong today. So if you're joining us for the first time, pop in, say hello. All of our regulars, I'm sure, are on board and will be very happy and say hi to you and join the chatter that goes on while we're doing our tutorials. So today I'm going to freeform things a little bit. I don't have an example card to start with today. I've just got lots of bits and pieces from our Crafternoon box and we're just going to go along and kind of see how we go making something out of what we've got in those boxes. Please excuse all the crazy Christmas stuff that is going on behind me. There's lots of Christmas projects happening in sewing land and all kinds of stuff. So yeah, bear with me. It's a bit of a disaster zone there at the moment. Tony, I can see you're here. Welcome back. Cool and cloudy afternoon in Wollongong. Well, that's no fun. Well, I mean, cool and cloudy is better than hot and steamy, which we have had in Melbourne during the week, and let me tell you, it has not been pleasant. As soon as it gets warm and humid, no, this goes frizz. Not that it's much better today, but yeah, it's just yuck. I can't cope with that. I can't work in it, and I just want to kind of curl up in a ball and go to sleep. So without further ado, let's go over to the desk and see what we're making today, or what we're playing with, because as I said, I don't have an example for you there. So let's have a look at the bits and pieces that we've got going on. So I've got some of these cute little Papercraft timber elements, and I thought they might be fun to glue onto a card and we can jazz them up a little bit somehow. I've got some of the gold and green glitter cardstock that came in your boxes. These are just a couple of offcuts that I had that I thought might be fun to play with. We've got some of the Christmas Gala patterned paper. So this is the 6-inch sampler that you guys got in the November box. Now, some of you may have already started receiving your December boxes, which you'll notice have a full 12 by 12 inch paper pack in them. So I hope you're going to enjoy those. I've got some of this, again, Papercraft gold, silver foil cardstock. It's got a little bit of that. We might play with that. Now I've got our tall envelopes and cards. So this is the tall cards from Couture Creations. I've got them in cream and white. So we're going to have a little bit of a play about what we might do with those. Now you can obviously do them tall orientation, or you can do them slimline, long orientation. They're not quite the American slimline size, but you know, it's a different card shape than what we have been making in the past. Also got some of these little bits and pieces that came in your kits. So if you haven't found those yet, they are in the brown craft envelopes. So one of those in your kit will have these little guys in them. So this one we did use the Christmas outline. We used that in a previous tutorial, but I thought, I don't know, I might be able to do something with that. We'll see how we go. But we've got these larger Christmas trees, great for a tall size card. You know, you've got this tall kind of thing going on here, so you can definitely fit those on. And we've also got some of these little square cutouts. I was about to say rectangle, but they're not. They're squares. So I've got a couple of those and a couple of the Christmas trees, which you'll notice are the cutout from the little squares there. So I've got some of those. I'm going to play with those, see what we can come up with. And I've got the back page of, now you guys haven't got these yet, but this is on the 12 by 12 inch paper pack. You'll actually have, you know, your little front cover sheet that shows you what's in there. But I hate the fact that these, in most craft kits, are paper packs. They're always just single-sided. So what a waste of paper when, I mean, really, you can cut these out and you can use these as something. But I thought, why not put something on the back that we can really kind of use? And I just love these little guys. So it's just little dictionary definitions of, you know, things like Christmas tree and Merry and hot chocolate, and we don't really do hot chocolate for Christmas here in Australia, but you know, nor do we do snowmen. It just doesn't happen. But you can make a sandman on the beach, which, you know, maybe we should have swapped that over. But you know, some of the traditional kind of Christmas words and phrases that you might use. We've also got some of these great little sentiment strip kind of bits that you can use to either fussy cut or you know, guillotine cut out a strip just to embellish your project. So let's see what we can come up with. I'm going to ask you guys a lot of questions today about, you know, what should I do with this? What should I do with that? So, you know, help me pick something out. We'll make something together. Just want to give a shout out. We've got Glenda, Margaret, Dorothy, and Marjorie all joining us on Facebook. Hello, ladies. Nice to have you here on a Sunday afternoon. We are doing a double header today, so one at 2 o'clock, so this one, and then in 2 hours' time we're going to be back for another one where we're going to concentrate on some white pigment ink techniques, which will be kind of fun to do. Jenny, hi, thank you for joining us. Great to have you. We're free-forming it today, so we'll see how this goes. So first of all, I think I definitely want to use, you know, some Christmas tree kind of elements. So I'm not sure that I really, kind of wondering, there's not really a way for me to cut these apart and keep the words intact. So I'm going to pop that one aside. I don't think we'll use that today. I'm getting a bit of a Christmas tree vibe. So I think what I'll start with is I'll cut out this little Christmas tree tag. And I've already stooged myself because my scissors, my normal craft scissors are out on the dining table because I'm doing a project out there at the moment. So I'm going to have to use my trusty fabric scissors instead. Hope I don't have to do any fussy cutting today, ladies, because it's not going to be very fussy. All right, I'll just trim in fairly close, just a nice straight line around this little tag. Just when you think you're like, oh, I don't need those today. You know, and I've got my little drawer beside my desk that's normally got all my bits and bobs in it, except that today it doesn't have my scissors. What a clever cookie I am. All right, let's try and cut a straight line, Tangy. That would be a good idea. Chop. All right, that's not too bad. You know, if I wanted to, I could go back in with my little guillotine and trim that down. But I think we'll get by. We'll make it happen. Chopperoo. There we go. Got that little guy's ready to go. Hi, Ollie. Thank you for popping by. It's good to have you. Now, I do quite like the cream colour juxtaposed on, you know, all of the white cards that we do in the card bases. Cream's still a really lovely colour, so I might kind of go with that. What are we going to do? Do we want to do a tall card? Fabric scissors on paper, I know. Sacrilege. It's still cut. It's really great. They're still really good fabric scissors. So, I mean, they weren't anything expensive. I think they're probably just a spotlight job. So, are we going vertical, tall orientation, or are we going landscape orientation? That's probably one of the first things that we need to kind of figure out what we're going to be doing. And we might even get two cards out of this session today, just because, you know, we don't really have a plan of attack. What else have I got? If we're going to go, let's go Christmas trees. So I've got a few Christmas trees in here. Good place to start. You know, let's pile up all the Christmas trees. All right, should we? Now these, I've said this to you guys before. These, even though I put them in as white cardstock into your kits, they're really great as just little templates to be able to then trace them onto some other paper or cardstock and trim them out. And yeah, basically go make more of what you've got essentially. So I'm wondering if, how do we go about doing some bits and bobs like this? If we put a little bit of, you know, a little bit of a gold edge around this little one. Landscape for your negative square spaces and portrait for the large tree. That is a very good idea, Mum. Good idea. Great minds do think alike, because that was kind of where my brain was already starting to head. But what do we think if we do? What do we think if we maybe cut a Christmas tree out of this kind of paper and we'll put it onto something else? Or should I go for green? I think, let me just, one thing at a time, Tangy. This is what happens when you you know, come up with a million ideas and we just go, let's freehand it. What are we going? 60. Maybe I'll just fix this on here and then I can trim that out. Maybe. Let's have a go. I do want to measure it a little bit more. 60. 1, 2, 3. 63. 31. All right. Tangi needs a post-it note because then I can do my maths on it. But you know what? Every time there it is. I go to find my pencil lately. It's my little, you know, grey lead pencil. And I keep putting it in some really bizarre places. Really bizarre. All right, what if we said we put a 3, let's put a 3 mil border around. So I'm going to need to go 69 by 37 if I add 6 mil to all of that. Let's cut that out and then at least we've got one little element to start working with. If you've got any ideas there, friends watching, you know, things that you'd like to see, hey, put this on here or make this colour, sing out. I'm all for it today. It's a bit of a collaborative effort, but we'll find something to make. By 37. I'm going to guess that most of these little tags are about the same size in that paper that we put out. All right, so we're going to have this little Christmas tree. Just a little tag explanation. I'm going to pop some liquid glue onto this one because the glitter cardstock and double-sided tape are not particularly friendly with each other. They will stick. It just takes a long while and it's probably going to be the first thing that falls off. So see how we go. Right, let's... Oh, there's a steam train going through town. I just heard the whistle. You guys won't have heard it on the stream because it's fairly quiet from here, at least. We're a few kilometres from the train station, so yeah, you won't have heard that in the background, but I definitely heard it. Okay. Put this guy on here. Try and get him a bit straight, but of course the liquid glue will let us have a little bit of wiggle time, and then I can just pop a acrylic block on there, and away we go. Oh, we've still got no. Have we honestly got? Have you guys all gotten mute? Are people not able to post comments? I don't know. You're very quiet, guys. Let me know what you think we should be making with the card today. All right. I think we're going into a bit of a goldish kind of thing. So, but what I want to do is maybe do, it's kind of hard when we don't have the full. These will be big enough. I can do gold on gold on gold. So I can do that, pop either a gold Christmas tree or I could cut. Let's go and have a look at these pattern papers again. We could use this to cut the Christmas tree. The red, green and gold paper. Oh, you're going to have to, there's a few red, green and gold papers. Do you mean, let's have a look, Tony's saying red, green and gold. Do you mean this one, the multicolored one? I'll pop that there. Oh, wait and hear back from some red to go with the gold. Jenny, great idea. So are we thinking, so Jenny, are you thinking red like this one or are you thinking red like the arrows? What do we think, guys? Let's have a look. So I'm going to do a gold background, really gold. And then we're going to pop one of these Christmas trees on. So we're going to cut this out of the patterned paper. And so far we've got option 1, option 2, option 3. Let's see what we think. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Kim. Anita's here. Hi, Anita. We're doing a group. We're designing a card by committee today. So we're currently debating. So at the moment, we're doing a vertical card for the moment with the tall one. We're going to pop a gold background in here. And then we're going to use one of these little templates, the little Christmas tree templates. We're going to cut that out of either this lovely little red number with the little, I can actually cut it this way and then it's probably more Christmas tree-like. So the feather / arrows kind of one. We've got the red with the snowflakes, and then we've got Tony's choice, the multicolored, multi-patterned one. So pop us a quick message in the chat, everybody. Let me know if we should be using pattern paper 1, 2, or 3, and we'll see where we're going. I like that idea, Jenny. Red on gold. Really good. Really good. Of course, there's no right or wrong answer. I thought you were doing gold tree. I was, and then I've changed my mind. Your house is going up for sale at short notice, Jenny. Oh my gosh. I hope everything's okay. Well, hopefully we can, we can kind of give you a little bit of reprieve with a double tutorial day and take your mind off it for just a little bit. Getting a few votes through for the snowflakes, the number 2. Just give you a little second while I have a little sip of water. We'll see if there's any late entries, and then we'll get cutting and assembling. How has everybody's week been? Obviously, Jenny, you've had an exciting week if the house is going up for sale at short notice. But what have we been doing? Lots of moving dirt from the front yard to the backyard, let me tell you. We had a couple of square metres of dirt put out the front so that we could take it to the back. We're going to plant some, or we're not going to plant some grass. We're going to lay some turf, probably next weekend. Yeah, it's all go trying to get that done. We've finally had the landscapers come and do a design for our front yard, so that'll get put in around the 16th of December, they're telling us. So just before Christmas, just before all our guests come, we should have a nice manicured garden with no weeds in it. What have we got? Tony is saying on YouTube, I would cut the gold foil down to 1/3 of the card and place the tree half over the strip of gold. 1/3 of the card. So you mean like almost like make it like a belly band, Tony? Let me know. Carrie's here. Hi, Carrie. I don't know if you did a tutorial this morning, Carrie, but I missed it. I had a big sleep in. But I know you've been making a lot of cards lately, so there is no shortage of content to watch over on Carrie's channel. All right, let me cut this down. I want to see if we can make this a full panel or whether we should cut it down. I'm still waiting for Tony to tell me if you're thinking like how big a strip of gold. And are you thinking like a strip like this kind of thing, Tony? You know, like halfway and then put the tree over the top. Is that what you're thinking? Almost like a Santa belt? It's a Christmas Santa belt. Oh, Carrie, you're away watching Mick shoot. How's he going? Hope he's having a great time. And then, what have I got? My little Christmas tree taggy do to go down here. We might need to put that up a little bit. Let me know what you're thinking, Tony. I'm not quite sure, but I think we've got a winner in terms of the red snowflakes. So we'll go with that one. I'll pop these two out of the way. Oh, it's great to have you here, Carrie. We haven't seen you for a long time. I'm guessing you're sitting on the sidelines at the moment with your headphones in, pretending that you're listening. All right, what have we got? So we've got a 210 by 102. All right, 210 by 102. My little note paper's getting the work out today, but this one is how much smaller, so that we know how much to take off the other side. So this is 201. Oh, that's an awkward. So I've got to take 9 mil. I mean, look, I could shave another millimetre off this, I suppose. So we need to take 9. 9 off there. 9 off 102 is what, 93? All right, let's see if Tangi can get her maths right today. I know you all have a laugh when I... Oh, lengthwise, Tony. So yeah, okay. All right, well, I'm going to be cutting a strip off this anyway, so we'll have a play both ways about whether we should do it that way. Or we could do both. That would be fun. 91, 1, 2, 3. Let's go. A strip like that might not be wide enough for what you're thinking, but let's see how we go. So if I go this way with a full panel, and then we pop a tree on. Tony's looking at, my only problem with that, Tony, is that it's not quite long enough, although it's evenly dispersed, so I could go with that. Pop a little coloured tree on there, and then we've got a little Christmas tree thing. What are we going to then do with these? Do we plant them anywhere? Do we keep it neutral? Do we put Christmas presents under the tree? I've got a couple of Christmas presents we could do. Oh gosh, ideas. Let's cut out our little red Christmas. Oh, do you know what? I've got the big scissors to do some fussy cutting. Do you know what? I might have to do it with my craft knife because I don't trust myself with you don't need any of that there. Extra post-its. Always got post-its floating around. Oops. Very windy and there's a lot of grown men behaving badly. Oh, Carrie, that sounds like a wonderful weekend to play. Oh, terrible. All right. I'm wondering whether I can cut from this side because you know what? It'd be really cute to be able to get that little snowflake in. I mean, it'd be great to keep that and put... Now I want this snowflake. Oh, let's see what I can do. Maybe I can make a little halo around the back or something. Oh dear, it's a big decision. Let's pop along here. What else we got? Oh, thanks, Carrie. I do love these papers as well. Yes, you did. You did order quite a few packets of this paper, Tony. There's sorry, Carrie. There's a couple left. So if anyone's watching and you didn't get enough, Card of the Month kit and Crafternoon Box people, you've actually got a full set of the 12-inch papers coming in your December box. So keep an eye out for your shipping notices that they came out last week. So I know they've already started arriving with some of you who live relatively close to the capital cities. But there's lots of parcels that are delayed, and I'm so sorry. My brain is just about done with thinking about shipping for 2021, and thankfully that was the last kind of big ship that I had to do for 2021, so that's nice. But yeah, it's just been the absolute bane of my existence for the year. It's brought me undone on a number of occasions, just being really upset with the fact that I like to be an organised person. Here we go, cutting with the sewing scissors. I'm just being lazy. I'll have to go and fetch them before the afternoon tutorial. Yeah, just, you know, I'm an organised person, so when shipments don't go on time, you know, things don't get picked up, you know, just things that are out of my control. I'm a very big control freak, so I kind of, you know, I like things to go to plan. And when they don't, it's a bit hard to manage, but never mind. We are getting through, and I know some of you I express posted some boxes to for the December kit because the delivery times available with my other provider were just not acceptable. You wouldn't have got your kit till like Christmas Day. So I was a bit like, no, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. All right. See, look, you can cut with any scissors you like. You don't have to use paper scissors. I don't recommend using your sewing scissors, but these were just what I had to hand because I'm in the middle of doing a bunch of sewing projects for Christmas at the moment as well. You know, it's just the things that I do. Let's, you know, make life difficult for myself. Lots of projects on the go at once. Very hard to finish one. You know, there's lots of outdoor projects going on at the moment at the house. There's Crafternoon Box projects going on. There's Christmas projects going on. There's a lot. There's a lot. Always taking on too many things. But I'll never change. I don't think I'll ever change. I just say yes to too many things. or I just get excited about things. Not that I say yes to them. I say no to a lot of things, like socialising. Oh, Jenny, yours arrived this week, the December one, I hope. And then we have the Australia Post debacle. Oh, 3 months for an order to arrive here from the USA. See, Carrie, we had been with our Gina K Designs stocks. We had been getting some very expensive, but very fast express shipping, purely because we couldn't guarantee if it came the usual way, the way that consumers get theirs, that we would ever get our products here. But it did come at a cost, because realistically we'd cut off most of our profit margin, paying for the shipping and not making the cost of the products so ridiculous. It was a gamble that we took. It hasn't really paid off. There's a lot of suppliers now in Australia selling Gina K Design stuff, so we're actually going to be stepping out of that market in 2021. 2022, sorry, and there'll be a bit of a sale coming up on things that we currently have in stock from Gina K Designs, from a whole range of suppliers. So keep an eye out for that. That'll be almost like a Boxing Day New Year sale. I just have to get everything prepped and ready and in order. Okie dokie, so we've got that cut out successfully with sewing scissors. Yay! Always prepared. All right, I can take this out now. I cut it with scissors. I was going to cut it with a craft knife, but never mind. We did it that way. Carrie's thinking about cancelling Christmas this year. I literally the other day said exactly the same thing. I said, I just want my family to come, and I don't care about celebrating actual Christmas. I just want to have meals and, just have some hang out in the lounge kind of times and cook a few barbecues and, not really go too hard on it. I'm just done. And it didn't help that somebody from our family decided that they would cancel quite last minute this week some activities that we had planned and we were really gearing up for next weekend. So I'm a bit disappointed with them, and enough said. Trinity stamps. All right, I'm writing it on a post-it note, Carrie. You can hear it. Just off camera. Look, I've written it at the bottom of my... There we go. Trinity stamps. I will look into it. Pop that over there. All right, so we've almost got this little Christmas... Do you know what? This cute little... It is almost like a present, Tony. I think you're right. I think I need to cut a matching strip that I can put across this way. Actually, this is a bit that I've cut the right size. So if I just measure this, we can make a little cross like a ribbon. We're going to 34 mil. Make a Christmas parcel, a little present. Okay. Okay. So make this like a little, that's like a little Christmas gift. Just have to find the right place to put all of this, because I think that needs to go under. And here we go. A little bit of a Christmas tree there. It starts to look a little bit like a cross, which I'm not very religious, so I would never make a card with a cross on it. But I do need that to be up fairly high. And we can pop our little Christmas tree dude there. What are we thinking so far? What do we think? Let's have a look. Oh, thanks, Tony, for saying that you appreciate the time that you give us. It's a lot of work. KS Crafts. No one in Australia sells KS Crafts. I'll have a look into it. We are going to be focusing on our own brands, so more patterned papers. We're going to be focusing on some new products that we haven't had at Papercrafting Australia before, so there'll be a lot coming. Do you know what? I actually think it was nicer without that bit in it. I don't need a Christmas tree on here. I think I need maybe another present. I thought there were some other presents, but maybe not. Just another, yeah. Too much to play with. Now I've cut that bit off. I can't use this for the other Christmas tree that I was going to do, but that's okay. We can use silver or something else. Okay, guys, talk to me. What do we think? Do I need to colour these up a little bit with something? What do we think? Looking good. Tony likes it. Hi, Marie. Thank you for popping by. Carrie, dies are really tricky. Yeah, Sharon just said the same thing. Dies and stamps in Australia are super tricky. Look, it's something that I've looked into, and I do want to get to that point, but I just don't know how quickly we can get to it. I don't need another piece of that in there. No, I think, oh, hang on. How big a piece is that? No. Nope. Look, I think we'll keep it relatively simple. I'll pop this bit up on a little bit of double-sided tape. Might start getting some things assembled and committing to some decisions. I can do it. Carrie, the biggest thing about, I guess the hardest thing for me as an independent little company is having the cash flow to be able to put behind a particular product and get enough of them in to make them cost effective to sell. Yeah, exactly, Mum. Everything Australian made and manufactured is really difficult. I tried very, very recently. Oh, blowfly's just gotten in. Damn it. I tried very recently to get a line of cardstock that was Australian made because, you know, we know that the Kaiser Craft stuff does come in from China, but at the moment it is kind of the cheapest thing here in Australia that we can buy. And when it is just cardstock that we're, you know, tearing up and, you know, it's kind of nothing amazing, you know, compared to the rest of the products that we need. You don't want to spend too much on cardstock. So I tried to get our own stuff. And it was really hard to get anything that was not 3 times more expensive. So it was really, really hard. So I'd absolutely love to have our own range. Just using my ruler to kind of get this somewhat centered. I think I'm committing to that because it's that's where it is. Yeah, just the price. You know, you have to buy things, you know, in groups of 100 or more to be able to make it worth it. And then that stock, I did a few things this year that it basically just sat on my shelf all year, and I've still got tons of it that I can't move, which makes it really hard to then go back in and try and, you know, create another product and get that on the shelf as well. So yeah, I'm very torn about, you know, the people that are supporting me absolutely are supporting me 100%. I can't ask anything more of you guys other than to share some photos on Facebook every now and again. It's really hard to market a product when nobody's talking about it, and it costs 3 times what you kind of can get other stuff that is, you know, agreed, it's made in China and that's not where we want to go. But yeah, it's really hard when the products can't sell. They're not selling. So it's like, is it, you know, is the design wrong? Is the model wrong? You know, the Crafternoon Box has been an ongoing battle because, you know, we get a few new subscribers each month and then we lose a few and then you get a few, and it's kind of just stayed at the same level, so the same numbers pretty much from the time we launched, you know, and it's just gone up and down a little bit. So that's not really, you know, it's not generating that drive for the new products to be able to be purchased in a bulk order. and then for them to be then priced in a way that makes other people that don't kind of participate in our tutorials and stuff want to buy them. So it's, yeah, I don't want to get too philosophical and too crazy, but there's a lot to it, and yeah, it's been a bit of a battle for the year. So there will be some changes coming for 2022 with regards to some products and bits and pieces, but we'll get there. There'll be something happening in 2022. Just looking for my foam tape. Here she goes. Right, I'm going to pop this guy up. Oh, it's weird to be chopping these with such big scissors. I'll definitely run out and get the right size for the next tutorial. Although I don't think I'll be using scissors quite so much for the next one. We're going to do pigment ink this afternoon. Get the white pigment ink out, get your coloured pencils out. We'll show you a few techniques. Even going to go back and use, oh, Jesus, door just slammed in our house. Fried the life out of me. There's just, the wind's picked up quite a bit. What was I saying? Pigment ink. And we're going to use coloured pencils and all kinds of stuff. So that should be a fun one to look out for this afternoon. There's a little bit of a Christmas tree. Now, to colour or not to colour, that is the question. Do we colour? Let's put a bit of red ink. Now, I know you guys don't have this ink until you get your December kit. This is cherry red. And we also have this one, which is Christmas pine. So these are the two colours that are coming in your December kits. So I'm kind of cheating. I'm going ahead a little bit. I've misplaced my water brush. There it is. Just drop a bit of, there we go. Bit of water on there. Just want to get this watered down just a smidge. Let me see if I can. Yeah, it's not going to be particularly bright. That's okay. It doesn't have to be super bright. The question is, do we colour the whole thing? Do I try and, yeah, because it's going to, the water's going to leach into that little Christmas packet, but that's okay. You can just colour it away. The less you water down that ink, the more colour you're going to get there. Pity I don't have a gold that we can do a gold present. That would be good. There we go. So you can do this with any of these chipboard products. Just to, it's not chipboard really. It's light plywood. But yeah, you can do this, colour it up. Then it matches your stamps, your ink colours, all of that kind of stuff. So you can use this. You don't have to water it down too much unless you want a lighter level of colour, not so vivid. I figure we've got like the deep red on there with that pattern paper, so we might as well go quite hard. Why not? Just checking in on little comments that have gone in while I'm doing stuff. Any December? No December. Yeah, the two colours in the two ink colours in the December kit carry. So Christmas pine and cherry red were the colours. I don't know that you ordered a December box though. You might have to check in on that after the shooting weekend. Check in, let me know. All right, so we've got, I'm not going to put that directly on there, but we've got that one. What do we do with this one? Or do we just go with two of these? I think I might do two of those. Decisions. Got that. Do I sit it off to the side just a little bit? Do I put another one here? It's a very symmetrical design at the moment, which is very me. I do that quite a bit. Clear emboss them. Yeah, you can absolutely clear emboss those. That would be great. One large, one small. You could use the alcohol markers that were in the box, Carrie. Yes, so many things. So anyone who's got the November box, you can use your alcohol markers to colour those in. Let's get a little bit more of, I don't know if I want to. It's too hard. Do I hang a stocking off the tree? It's getting a bit silly. Pop another little present under there. Oh, I do know that I need some bling for that star at the top, which just going through my little, I'm going to put a red one up there. My little stash. What with there? Let's have a look. You're saying yes to the stocking? Maybe I can just paint some sections of the stocking and not everything. Oh, that is a juicy ink pad. Woo. There we go. Let's see. The less water you put in this, the more you've got the ability to control the spread of the ink. So if you've got water in it, it'll soak through the timber and you'll end up with it kind of everywhere. It'll just keep bleeding. Whereas if we just paint some of these sections just with pure ink, it's not going to bleed as bad. I think we're still going to get a little bit of bleed down the bottom here, just because of the direction of the grain. But we'll see. Let's see what we can manage. Just start a little bit further back than where I need the colour to go, and then if it bleeds, it'll kind of catch up. What do we think? I might just think I'll just paint the whole thing. It's not looking quite perfect enough for me. I'll just colour it all, and then I might leave the middle one natural, or just run some water through that so I can clean out that brush. I don't want to leave that red running through there. I'm not about to use a water brush for anything else today, so we'll pop that aside. Just going to grab oh God, what did I do with them? Here they are. A bauble. You think I should put a bauble on there, Tony? Just going to clean up this mat because now we've made a massive mess. And red is not the kind of colour that you want on any of your projects accidentally. All right. I'm going to get... Let's see if we can make this work. I've got some of their liquid drops, 3D pearls. Just going to put some of this across here. Just putting it on quite thick. And I'm just going to see if I can paint it out just a little bit. Yeah. That blowfly can go away anytime it likes. Have I got just another water brush? I just like using the water brush for pretty much anything. They're just nice brushes, but I'm just going to brush this liquid pearls across here, see if it's going to do what I want it to do. Which I'm not 100% sold that it's going to. Really hard to hold on to as well. Tiny little fiddly bits while we plonk this paste all over it. Oh, blowfly, go away. I mean, that's an interesting look. It might be interesting over the top of something that has been coloured. Let's give this a go. Let's see. Never done this before. Let's all have a play. Gives it a bit of a shimmer. What I would kill for is some of our glossy accents. Would be great. So I've just managed to cross-contaminate that with a little bit of pink in there and a little bit of sparkle. I don't know. not really doing what I thought it was going to, which is fine. You try, you experiment. Doesn't work, you just give up and change tack. Yeah, I mean, like it's gone glossy. Oops, upside down. Yeah, that's not really working for me. All right. Wipe a bit of this off. Now it's really stuck. There we go. Just going to wipe off that. Don't really want that liquid drops to be left in that brush. Okay, let's go back to square one. I'm not sold on this. I'm probably more sold on doing something like that to finish that off, I think. I might just go in and finish this one. Or spritz with perfect pearls. Yeah, oh yeah, spritzing would work. Spritzing would work. I think I'm just going to keep these quite plain. And then I'll just worry about a bit of bling on the top. And we'll call that a day. I'm going to stick these on with some liquid glue. This is always fun because there's so many dotty holes in these little presents. So it's just trying to find some little spots where we can dab a little bit of glue. I like to leave my other elements on when I'm kind of sizing things back up and sticking things back on, just so that I know where it fits and how it looks with the rest of everything. You might already do the same, but just a little tip. That's how I do it. You do you. Whatever works best. Which way did I have this leaning? This way. Okay, one more. Has everyone finished their Christmas shopping yet, or are you the last minute shoppers that kind of are hoping that the delivery debacles will end, or you'll go and rush the shops on Christmas Eve? What do you do? What's your thing? I'll pop those over there. They can dry off doing something else. There we go. Sometimes we try things in craft and it doesn't work. That's okay. Red could just show how much I bled for my art. Absolutely. Full of bleeding. Right. A couple more. Oops, Daisy. A couple more of these pearls. Pearls, rhinestones, what do you call them? Just on here, just to bring it up a little bit more. Remember that's still wet glue, so it's still a little bit funky, but that's not too bad for a let's make it up as we go along effort. I think that'll be a nice little tall card. Get the nice little gold shimmer shining through on that little ribbon there as well, which I like. Tony, well done. I do have a sparkle. I have a number of sparkly pens. I've got some Wink of Stella, and I've got that. I've got a glaze pen that's kind of a clear shimmery type pen. I could definitely draw some highlights on with that. I might give that a go a little bit later, but we're kind of running short on time, and I do want to get a second card out for you guys. Let's do a white one. I know I said I didn't like white before. Let's see, because I do have some ideas about using these little guys and putting them sideways across here. And I think this is almost a belt buckle kind of situation. Literally this is not planned. This is a scrap. This is a scrap that I took off one of the other cards that we made last week, and it's actually a perfect fit for the back of here. I just need to scallop off the edges, but I've got my little corner rounders. So that will work. How wide are these little guys? Let's go 4.8. All right, let's do a bit of chippy chop. Cut 3 of these up and we'll go from there. What did I say? 4.3? 4.3? 4.3. Jeez. 4.8. Oh dear. It's going to be another one of those days. How's the afternoon one going to go when I can't kind of do this one properly? And then we'll get there. 4.8. That one. Let's do 3. We'll make our little Christmas trees all sparkly. Again, you won't have multiples of these in your kit, so you might need to trace them onto something and cut them out. Go from there. Don't need that little bit. So if I round, what do we reckon of these? I don't think it's the small. I think it's a little bit more like a large corner. So that will hide behind there. So that's really cute. So we can do that. Chop off all these. It's actually going to pop these right up as well, which means I don't need foam tape. They're going to pop up on their own. That's going to make that. I mean, I could have cut slightly bigger sparkles and that kind of would have been cool too. I just had that strip that happened to be the right size. So I went with it. Okay. So we've got those. Now we know I'm not keen on the white, but we'll see how we go with that. Now, do we put some more scallop? Actually, maybe this kind of colour. Do we do another scalloped edge around the outside of it in this kind of colour? What else have we got? Or do we keep going along the green type of theme and go in with, I think that'll be hard to get the right sections that we need, so it might be an alternate colour. I think I quite like this. So what do we say? 4.8, and are they 4.8? Yeah, so they're 4.8, 4.8 or 4.8. So let's maybe go to what have we got? Where's my calculator? 4.8. What if we do 2 mil, 3 mil, plus 0.6? We're going 5.4 by 5.4. Let's have that. Let's have a go at that. Let's see if it works. I know we're getting close to, you know, the end of our usual time. I do want everyone to have a bit of a break between the tutorials today. If you do come back for the next one at 4 o'clock, I need some time in between to clear up my craft space. Go from there. It's my green bit on. I've got something like that in there. It's a little bit ambiguous. It doesn't look quite as glittery as we know it to be. That one there. We'll cut one more for the last guy. Oops. 5.4. 5.4. Let's get these little bits out of the way. There he is. So, I mean, you could go in and, you know, you could trace these little shapes and cut them out of green cardstock, the green. And then, oops, I haven't rounded the corners on that one yet. I've just spied this on the other side of here. This green, I'm just kind of like, can I cut it out somehow and incorporate it into, ooh, that could be interesting. Oh, and I'm going to have to fussy cut with these big scissors. I'm sure I have smaller scissors somewhere. What a schmozzle my life is today. So if I put that sort of somewhere in there, it's going to be a fairly masculine looking card, I think. And there's nothing wrong with that. We've got guys in our life that we need to make cards for, and we've got people in our lives that do not associate with, you know, florally, girly cards. That would be equally nice. Beautiful. I just like being able to see some of that underneath. Okay, I might put these together so that they're little things. So they'll stay. Oh, I need to. Yeah, okay. Make sure that they're facing the right way when I put them down, because these trees aren't symmetrical. So again, just using some liquid glue to pop this onto the cardstock, just because onto the glitter cardstock, because it doesn't take very well. And I think what I'm going to have to do is use my Christmas Pine ink pad just to colour up the outside edges of these, just to give it a bit of definition against the background colour that's there. Oh well. Hate the shops at this time of the year. Marie, me too. Sorry, I haven't been able to. Oh, I just got glue on the front of that. Never mind. Clean that off. I hate the shops at the best of times, let alone now. You'll be entertained. Are you entertaining at my expense? Having a laugh? Are they having another laugh at me again? I don't know. Family. Who needs friends and enemies when you've got family that take the mickey out of you all the time? It's all good. We all know my maths isn't my strong point. Particularly when I'm on the fly with a project. I've just seen, I've got these. Just found my Cricut scissors. I'll use these. This will work. So while I'm just waiting for those to dry, I'm just going to cut this. Just do a little bit of fussy cutting. Nothing too close, nothing too, you know, I still want to keep all these little feathered edges. And because we're going on to a white background with the card, I'm kind of okay just to see a little bit of this white as well. Okay, oops. Oh God, whose idea was this? I love that I put these things in the pack, but I'm kind of wanting somebody else to cut them out for me. That was the idea. If anyone's got a scan and cut and can just like throw this in and push go on a button and it cuts it all out for you, that would be the dream right now. I don't have one of those. I love my Cricut Maker though. It is helping me make a lot of my Christmas projects at the moment. So there's lots of HTV vinyl sticking onto fabric going on, and yeah, it's busy. It's getting a busy little workout at the moment, the old Cricut. If you haven't got one, maybe put one of those on Santa's special list. Like the number of cutouts and things that you could make that you can use to make cards with is just amazing. Pretty much any image that you can come up with online, you can kind of turn it into a black and white version of it, and then yeah, turn it into a cuttable file, and away you go. This was not the kind of thing that I should be cutting out on a tutorial because it's so fiddly. but I'm sure it's going to make it look good. So it's worth it in the end. Also, I can't read comments at the moment, which because I have to concentrate so hard on this. I like to cut lots of these little chunks off as I'm going rather than trying to work around it. Have it riding up on your hand and look, you know, just rather get rid of it, like that bit, cut it off. Hopefully I'm kind of on camera. It's a little bit further away than I would like it to be today, especially when you're fussy cutting. You kind of tend to bring it really close to your body so that you've got control, and it doesn't always work. I tell you what, my hand is cramping at the moment because I did a lot of shoveling of dirt yesterday. So I've got muscles today that I don't remember having before. So thank you, muscles, for reminding me. I kind of like it that way. All right, so then we can double-sided tape these onto these pieces. Just momentarily lost where I was at. How are we going in the comments? Why are we drooling about what's Carrie done? Sorry, just scrolling back. Oh, a full set of Copics. Oh, Carrie. Merry Christmas if Santa brings those for you. I've got some of the Chow markers, and they are the Copic Chows. They're great. It makes me want to get back into doing like more calligraphy type writing, but I don't know. I used to have the patience for it, and I don't know that I do anymore. So it's a little bit like, nah, maybe not. Maybe not. Oops. A little bit of that green has popped out. Probably while I had it underneath the acrylic block. Okay. That one. These little squares are quite cute. Got a little bit of bling in the background, but not a lot. Guys, you forgot to remind me to colour the edges before I stuck them on. Never mind. They don't look terrible. It's going to be a very clean looking card. If we just do something like this. That's not the worst thing in the world. So how much of this do we want to see? I feel like now what I want to do is get a little black sentiment strip that says Merry Christmas and just pop it on top of that little green flood. And then I think it would be fairly well finished. I mean, I could always, you know, we could always ink blend the edges, or what do we think? Nice, clean, modern card. Yeah, thanks, Ollie. It's it's nice and simple. Oh, Carrie says it was on last year's list too. Obviously, Santa. You obviously weren't a good. You weren't a good girl last year, Carrie. I don't think you've been a good girl this year either. Tony's done all except for your mum and Steve's mum. Wow, you're organised, Tony. Yeah, thanks, Tony. Your little message about edging the squares came just a moment too late. Oh dear. A gold mat behind. Oh, like a whole, like this kind of thing. You want something like this, Sharon? Oh, I see where. Yeah, okay. Could you cope with a silver one? I feel like silver and green really go. Yeah, we think silver, and we'll make that a little bit more special. All right, let's do it, kids. Now, I measured these up before. What did we go with? So that was 106 or 7. Oh God. What's going on in my life? Why are you making me measure things again? 212. Does it work that this comes back to about 93? Does that sound about right? I don't want to cut it and then find that it's wrong. No, that feels too much. But let's do it. I don't have time for mucking around. Don't have time for measuring. I feel like this is somewhat right. We'll be on our path. Whether it's the right path or not, who knows? Hey, look at that. We did it right. Awesome. All right. Double-sided tape the back of this. I mean, also, if we had the 12 by 12 inch sheets of paper, we could have put one of those behind it. But some of you don't have your December kits yet, so we won't go there. Plus, we're also going to be using a lot of pattern paper in December. So making lots of decorations and things. I don't want you to use up all your pattern paper making Christmas cards. Although, you know, it's there to be used. Just don't blame me when then you can't make the next projects in December because you've run out of paper. That's all I'm saying. Don't blame me if you get ahead of yourself. Okie dokie, we're nearly there. I do have some green, I think I have some green rhinestones that we could bulling this out a little bit with. Maybe we could just put 1 or 2. Make sure my card's opening the right way before I put this down and make a ginormous mistake of it. So now that we've got, good. It's working out some placement now that I've got a little bit less room to work with because we've matted the outside edge. 3:08, 10 minutes. 10 minutes past time. That's okay. Question is, do I have enough time to clean up in the meantime? In the middle. All right, my middle of this. We're looking somewhere about here. Just using that as a guide. Very rough guide for where the middle of my card is. Just lining these up is the fun thing when you've got a bunch of even, same shape, same size items, getting it straight. Use your tools, use your ruler, use the grid lines on your desks and things like that you've got. And then with this, I'll just eyeball for the most part. Roughly the same amount of space at the top in between. And the third one's always the hardest one. Trying to get it lined up. It's all good. They are handmade cards. They are not manufactured in a sweatshop. Although some might say my craft room can become a little bit like a sweatshop sometimes. There we go. So I think definitely if I could find myself or print out a little black strip that just says Merry Christmas, pop that down there. I could also have gone in and done a little bit of a scored line just around the outside of that metallic trim just to give it a little bit of definition. That would have been cool too, but also a very nice, simple, plain, elegant kind of card. Just to just a different shape, just a different size, something different to the usual A6 cards or square cards. We're going to do some square cards this afternoon with experimenting with the white pigment ink that came in your November kits. So that's the cards for you guys today. So thank you again for joining me. We will be back again in about 50 minutes time with another tutorial. So that'll be the last one for us for November. And then we will be moving to Thursday nights for December. So I'll run through that again this afternoon. Just because I know a lot of people have lots of weekend engagements coming up with December with Christmas. I know we've got a wedding, we've got Christmas baking to do. We have, there's another Christmas, a family Christmas on the 19th to do. So I know that a lot of you are doing things on the weekends already. So we're going to pop through to Thursday nights. We're going to do those at 8:30 p.m. Australian Standard Time, Daylight Saving Time, so that our friends in WA can join us straight after work and hopefully join the fun and not miss out. So thank you once again for joining me. I'll see you all again very, very shortly. And in the meantime, have a good day. Bye-bye.